Hiya, Bill.
Join us as we investigate a very active house in Cleveland's East Side. The previous owner, Joe, allegedly committed suicide in the bathroom by shooting himself in the head. But despite this, his spirit remains very firmly in residence. Prior to starting an investigation, the team checked the house for EMF anomalies and also placed a marked crucifix in the room that Joe died. Will Joe or his wife Stella make an appearance to us?
In here.
That's the worst.
In here and right through to the other side.
This is what I don't like.
This is the room I didn't like either when they introduced me to this house.
Okay, it's where it is stronger at the moment. I think it's... Yeah, it's in here. This is where the energy... Yeah, oh, just here.
See, I can't, you see, I'm not going to turn it on.
They had too much electrical circuits.
It's just here. Around this area here.
Grab the camera and let it on.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Yeah, just
Excuse me?
around here. But it connects onto the room next door, doesn't it? Joe, we know that you're in the house with us tonight. We come in peace. We don't mean to cause you any harm or offence. But we would like, if possible, if you could show your presence to us. We mean you no harm or offence. Could you come to this room, please?
We are not here to try to tell you to leave your house. We would just like you to make your presence felt and known by us if you could. We know who you are.
There's somebody in this room with us now.
Yes, you're right. I get a pain in the side of my head.
He's very, very cautious. He doesn't like us being here. That's one thing that comes immediately to mind. But he's staying very much in the shadows. Joe, could you show yourself, please, next to the lady?
Despite both I and Brandy feeling the spiritual presence of Joe, he wasn't prepared to show himself before the group, and so reluctantly we decided to abandon this location to move into the basement area. I decided to wait a few seconds as the others left to see whether Joe was prepared to follow the group from a safe distance. When I directed the camcorder back into the room, my hunch paid off when this orb entity was caught in the crossbeam of the infrared light. As you will see, this anomaly acts in a panic-driven state as it attempts to evade being filmed.
Just try and see if we get anything.
Wasn't it way louder than that? I'm not saying that.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, fantastic orbs all across the floor.
I can't hide your video camera?
Yeah, I've got it on this camera.
Thinking that the ghost of Joe wasn't prepared to play ball with the team, we all except Brandy and Sean decided to go outside for a short break. After a few minutes, Brandy excitedly reported to us that she had just seen a ghost. She described an old man in a red flannel shirt walking out of the restroom, which surprised the keyholder Lisa, as she knew this man in life, and the clothing and appearance of this spirit was how Joe used to look before he shot himself in the head from that very same room.
What's this figure scene?
I think it came out of that bathroom.
Okay.
It came here, and then I think I moved and looked to Sean, and then Sean saw it continue out.
In here.
In here, out of this bathroom.
Coming in here now.
Joe, I just saw you, and I've never seen a spirit before. One other time it was on accident.
Can you explain to the camera what you saw, Brandy?
I saw a man, I'm having a hard time. Hold on. Just saw a man with I believe it was a red flannel shirt. He walked out of the restroom, or maybe he was in this hall, which we'll shoot here in a second. He was in the hall, and I kind of ignored it because I thought it was Bill one of the people with us tonight. And then I kind of looked at Sean, and Sean noticed it walked through the kitchen. And we both thought it was a real person. I'm in shock right now. I'm in total shock. It was so real. It was so real that I thought it was a real person. Then we both realized, wait a minute, we're alone in the house. And at that point, we went outside to see if everybody else was outside the house, and everybody was outside the house. So he definitely showed himself. And when I mentioned to Lisa,
what was his stature like? What was his build
he was
like?
stocky. He looked a little bit built.
Really? I saw him as quite.
No, I didn't see him skinny, but I didn't see him as fat. He was not too tall. I mean, this was pretty quick.
He wasn't fat.
No.
Medium build.
Medium.
And that's how they describe him to me.
But what I mean by stocky is he wasn't a man without muscles.
No,
he had
just
muscles.
medium.
I guess, he wasn't a tall man. He wasn't tall and thin and willowy. This was someone maybe 5'10", 11.
So you just met him. Well done.
We then returned to the restroom to check the marked crucifix, but there had been no movement during Brandy's experience with Joe's ghost. After discussing Brandy's experience, we decided to go ahead and investigate the basement area. Although initially numbed by her experience with the spirit of Joe, she felt well enough to join us. This rather strange basement area had been converted in part to a wooden panelled lounge with a large stone fireplace that seemed to be the core spiritual area of the house.
Okay, we're going to try an EVP recording session here. Probably only 10 minutes after Joe. Chris is explaining to me, you wanted me to see you, so that's why I did. You must be one strong man, because I have fought and fought against seeing spirits for a long time. As much as I love doing this. But I saw you. I saw your flannel shirt. And I hear you now, actually. I would love to be able to record you speaking. And I told you, we are not here in any way to tell you to leave your house. I hope if someone else moves in this house, you will be kind and not scare them. That's scary to people, even though I don't think you maybe mean it to me.
It's been cold in the corner.
Would you like to say your name for me? I would love it if you could say Joe Walensky. I can feel you here. Something just touched my hand. This hand. I have been touched a few times. It's been very light. Very light. Do you have a message for anyone in your family?
I can hear movement upstairs.
I want to let you know, part of me feels guilty because I know you're here and we're kind of traipsing through with cameras and recorders and EMF detectors. But I promise you, this is all in the name of understanding.
Take a picture around your room. Flash.
It's all about learning. We all know you're here. I think you created that fish smell maybe as a way to let us attach. How else would I know it's you, before you showed yourself to me? This smell of fish, you were a fisherman. This makes me curious. So last time you let us know we're here, tonight I'm amazed. And you did me a wonderful favor. And I want to thank you, Joe.
I don't want to worry you, but there's a huge orb over your head and there's one on the side, well, just over your head. And it's
That doesn't worry me.
It's a spiritual orb, it's not dust. He's around you.
I can feel him. We are researchers, and this is why we are here. We're fascinated that your spirit's here.
Hey, look, what I'm saying to you is a lot of orbs around you, so just if we sit here very quietly and see if he leaves any messages. But there's a lot of activity around you, Brandy.
Just kind of trying for responsive EVPs, but we don't know. How about this? Couple questions and I'll set it down. Joe, were you a fisherman? We know you were, but if you could say yes.
That's interesting. Something just moved as a shadow into the light in my camera.
The way I get EVPs, and I know everyone does it different, it seems to get them whooped up when you talk to them. Although you have to watch how much you talk.
Yeah, we need a bit of space though at the moment just to see if they're going to say anything.
But I like responsive EVPs because oftentimes we'll say something on what you're saying. Here.
Yeah. Yes, we got an orb straight towards you, Lisa.
There's something I can see with my eyes.
What's the hell wrong with the screen?
Because there's something right now. Life's getting weird for me lately.
This is his house. You can never take this house away from him. He will strike anyone who moves here he doesn't like.